How did you start to learn about what happened to him on this plane ride?
So first I want to, after the burial, first thing that I want to find out is I want to meet the people who helped him on the plane, because they said that he was sick and then some people helped him. So I want to meet those persons.
Dan dari sana saya bisa tahu siapa, bisa memetakan siapa orang-orang yang ada di sekitar suami saya ketika dia sakit.
And from that situation I can know which person who was around my husband as he was sick.
Jadi kemudian saya juga bertanya kepada Direktur Garuda tentang seorang nama Poli kepada Indra Setiawan.
And then I asked the Director of Garuda, Indra Setiawan, about a person which name Poli.
Dan dia menjawabnya dengan cepat sekali. Oh ya, namanya Polikarpus.
And he answered very quickly, and he said, "Oh, his name is Polikarpus."
Saya sempat juga takjub, karyawan di Garuda itu 7.000 lebih. Kenapa dia dengan cepat bisa menjawab?
I was amazed at the time because Garuda has about 7,000 staffs, and then why could he answer it so quickly? From that, we get the motivation to investigate this case further.
And what did you find?
I met Polikarpus directly. I talked to him, and I saw that there was so many unusual things on this person. And he was never consistent about what he's saying. From one question to another question, or for the same question, he always has a different answer.
Did he give your husband, Munir, his seat in first class?
Ya, dari ketika bertemu itu.
So what he told me that he met my husband, and he offered my husband to move the seat from economy class to business class. That was what he told me. I met the doctor who helped him as he was sick on the plane.
A doctor who was a passenger?
Yes. Dan kemudian aku juga.
And then I asked him, together with my relatives, who is also a doctor, and I asked him what kind of medicine he gave Munir at that time.
Itu sebelum ada tim pencari fakta waktu itu.
It was about before the fact-finding mission was formed.
Ya, karena banyak hal yang mencurigakan di sana.
Because there were so many suspicious things there. So it was confirmed by the autopsy result from the Netherlands that Munir's death was because of the high level of arsenic.
Who do you think murdered Munir? Who do you think ordered his murder?
So in the court there was a witness. His name is Padma. He was an BIN agent. On the court, he said that he was ordered to kill Munir by the Deputy 3 of the National Intelligence Body. And then the fact-finding team found a fact that there was a phone conversation between Polikarpus and Muhdi.
Muhdi is?
Muhdi Purwopranjono itu.
Muhdi Purwopranjono is a Deputy 5 in BIN.
He's a high-level, he's a general in the military intelligence?
He is a major general, and he was a general who was ordered the kidnap of the students in 1998, and he was fired from his work of about 40 days before his retirement.
What do you want to happen right now?
So what I want right now is the mastermind is sent to jail, not free, but until now only the field operator who is sentenced.
Meanwhile, President Obama has just restored aid to Kopassus. Can you explain who Kopassus are and what this means?
So Kopassus is a special force in the army in Indonesia, and they are always used to counter terrorism in Indonesia. So, but in 1998, Kopassus was involved in kidnapping the students activists.
Like Jafar?
So Jafar was killed, and Nezar Patria, Mugianto, Jati was kidnapped, and they are back, but there are still many other students who are still missing until now.
And this is Kopassus' responsibility?
So there was a council founded by the president at the time, and then the council said that the most responsible person for this event was Prabowo. So Prabowo was the commandant of Kopassus, and after that he was fired.
And he was the son-in-law of Suharto?
Ya, menantunya Suharto dan.
So he was only administratively fired, but the case was never brought to court.
So what does it mean that President Obama has restored funding to Kopassus?
I am very disappointed because until now the case who was committed by Kopassus has never been resolved in the court. So there was maybe some court, but the court freed all the perpetrators. Only the field operator who was punished. If there is no responsibility from the Kopassus, then we cannot sure that there will be no repetition in the future.
So what is your message to President Obama?
So if Obama said, if Obama has a commitment to human rights in the world, particularly in Indonesia, so he has to pay attention to the situation, the human rights situation in Indonesia. And the first thing that he should ask to President SBY is to ask to resolve the Munir case.
Saya yakin Obama tahu siapa Munir karena dia pernah
I'm sure that Obama knows Munir because Munir told me that he ever met Obama. They discussed about human rights, and Munir was killed and has two children, and Obama also has two children. Munir fight for human rights.
Is President Obama's actions important in Indonesia?
I think Obama's role is very important because there are so many cooperation between Indonesian government and U.S. government. And I believe that Obama has a vision in humanity.
What message did President Obama send when he restored Kopassus funding?
So as if he sent message that okay, the human rights situation in Indonesia is now good, but in fact every Thursday evening, Thursday afternoon, we stand in front of the President Palace asking for justice for the human rights victim.
Do you think President Obama was wrong to restore aid to Kopassus?
I think it is not the time yet. Firstly, he should find out about the progress of the human rights violations committed by Kopassus, and then he might take some actions, whether he would like to help or not.
Would you like to meet with President Obama if he comes to Indonesia?
Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe yes, because I want to remind him about the human rights situation in Indonesia. Maybe not because of his wrong decision has perpetuated the impunity in Indonesia.
Finally, what do you tell your children about their father, Munir, about what happened to him and who he was?
I told them about the father, who he is, about his love to humanity, about his fight for human rights in Indonesia, and that he loves his children, Alif and Diva. But of course, I told them that their father will not be back because someone has killed him. The irresponsible person who don't like that human rights exist in Indonesia. The most important thing is that they have a father that they can proud of.
Suciwati Munir, the widow of Munir Thalib, who was murdered in September 2004 as he was taking an Indonesian flight, the national airlines called Garuda. He was poisoned to death. He was killed just before Yudhoyono, the current Indonesian president, came to power. He said it would be his highest priority to investigate the killing. We're back with Allan Nairn, speaking to us from Jakarta, journalist and activist, knew Munir well. Your final thoughts on Munir as we talk about Obama's visit, Allan?